Well, we're off. First tournament of the season. We need 5 big ones today. Wish us luck. Stay tuned. It's like green. So, it's pouring down here in Florida. It's been raining all day. It started yesterday, and yesterday was our first tournament of our schedule, and we didn't win, but we didn't come in last. So, and I want to go for the Angler of the Year title this year, so being consistent is what I really got to do. The morning started out pretty good. I started out catching one on a swim jig. I mean, to be honest with you, it looked like a shad spawn going on. There was probably a million shad flickering and flattering and jumping on pads and everywhere, and the bass were just going to town eating them. So I threw on a dirty jig, swim jig. I think it was like a sexy shad color. Some type of shad color, but I pitched it up in the pads and they busted on it. Our first one of the morning. Let's go, baby. Number one of the day. And then we went a while without catching one. But we ended up making some moves. The rain started coming. The wind picked up. We started flipping around. The flipping bite is what really got going for everybody. We were fishing on the south end of the lake, and we ended up moving up more towards the northwestern side of the lake and started flipping some pads. Ended up getting number 2. Oh, got number 2 for the day. Not a giant, but we'll take them. Something's wrong with it. Got number 2?
Yeah.
And then I flipped in one area, and keep in mind the wind's blowing like crazy. It's overcast, it's raining. I want to say it was a spawning area. I flipped in there, and as soon as I flipped in there, I lifted up on the rod, and my line was going that way. Went back to set the hook, it dropped it. Yeah, dude, if I flip them, I'm bringing them to the boat and I'm flipping them straight in most of the time. If I'm flipping like this, because if I let off pressure, he's gonna get off. So now I fixed the lure, flipped back in there, lifted up once, lifted up twice, boom, she had it again. Took off the same way. I gave her a little bit more time to set the hook on it this time, and I had her for about 3-4 seconds, and then nothing. I don't know if there was a bed there and I was flipping on the bed and either the male or female was moving it. I don't know. I'm not a big bed fisherman. Haven't really fished like that. But it almost felt like the fish was picking my bait up and moving it. But the second time I should have had it. The hook did come out. It is what it is. So we kept moving around and stuff, and really just flipped the rest of the day. I mean, we threw some reaction baits. I thought spinner bait and a lipless crankbait would come into play because of the overcast and all the wind. But it didn't. I didn't catch one fish on a lipless and not one fish on a spinner bait. I did catch a non-keeper on a hybrid hunter. The shallow diving junior hybrid hunter. I did catch a non-keeper on that. Obviously, I had to throw him back 11 inches. on keeper. Hey, but you know where I caught him? Right in front of that grass patch. Dude, we're going over a bunch of fish. And then at this point, I think we had three fish with about 30 minutes to go. And I noticed that where I hooked the big one at, it was like one little section where there was a bunch of pads, but in that one area there was a set of reeds sticking up, and that's where it was sitting. There wasn't that much like that in that area, but towards the end of the day we were closer to the boat ramp, and there was this area with reeds sticking up all by itself. So I pitched in there once, nothing. I pitched in there again, nothing. Fished around a little bit. We went to go leave that area to head to the ramp just to call it a day. And I pitched back in there one more time, and we ended up catching our fourth keeper, which was the biggest one of the day. It weighed a little over 2 pounds. The winner had 15 pounds. Second and third was around 11 something. We weighed in 4 fish for 6+ pounds. So total of 18 boats showed up. I want to say we probably got a top 10. I have not seen the results yet, but I want to say we're in the top 10, which is what we need to be consistent, you know, to keep moving forward like that. So these are our big ones for today. Look at the mouth of the inside of I fucked it up.
Yeah. It's bleeding.
Difference in size. Next tournament's on the Harris Chain out of Hickory Point. That should be exciting. But yeah, like I said, I didn't get much footage. The rain was horrible, and so I didn't want to get the GoPro wet. Hopefully we can put together something good for the Harris Chain. I haven't fished there but one time, and we stayed in Lake Eustis. So I'm gonna go down there and put some work in. Try to go down there at least 2 or 3 times for the tournament. Try to figure them out. Figure out where they're at, where's some good spots, stuff like that. But you know, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And until next time, tight lines.